Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. I want to thank all of our listeners from all over the world. Please do subscribe and share if you're not already. All right, let's get into it.
You want to talk about religion?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh. Let's see. Spirituality.
Religion, secularism.
Have you guys watched the show on Netflix called Lucifer? I wonder.
I have watched it, but it's all right.
I haven't seen it.
Hi, how are you? Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I love the title, bro.
All right, let me find my devil horns here.
All right.
Or should I be maybe I should be the Christian looking one then, huh?
Shit, that's up to you.
And we could make it like an argument.
All right.
Like I'm preaching down against the devil.
I am the devil.
There we go. I got my little halo.
By the way, that guy who done the voice clip about that show, it's the best show ever. It's amazing. How could you not like? It's not okay. It's amazing. But then other people have opinions, so yeah.
I think it's
Well, thank you for the comment. We got some people in the house. We got Blueberry21 in the house. We got Aunt Tammy. We got Ace Mills, Puddles, 1998. And Jammed Sports Pod, John Pat, Satch Pat Kelly. So Puddles, man, that reminds me of, so I was a maintenance person at a condo complex. And somebody called their dog, and they're like, "Puddles, come here, Puddles." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a weird name to name your dog, right?" And then I go over there to fix their dryer. I kneel on the carpet, and my knee just absorbs so much dog urine that my painter's pants turned yellow on my knee. I'm like, "Whoa, whoa." That's why they call their dog Puddles.
all right. Voice chat.
Hey, Lucifer son. And another thing, how you doing? I bought some more stocks.
Unknown man, what did you get? What did you get? You know, the devil wants to know about your stocks because that's his game.
Yes.
Blueberry, I can say this. Lucifer was good, but I prefer Superstore Cloud9 way better. It's way more erotic and Luciferistic than anything.
I agree, Puddle.
There you go.
I have a dog called Puddles. It's a cute name. It's adorable.
Blueberry's flirting.
It's an adorable name, Puddles, but it was like way too based on reality. Hey, people listening, do me a favor, drop a follow on Lucifer, Lucifer's son, excuse me, and on myself, and let's chop it up. So, what do you guys think about organized religion? Are you a fan? Have you ever read the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey? Inquiring minds need to know.
I don't know where I belong, people. No, I don't believe in Christianity or Satan. So where do I belong? I don't follow along with atheists either. So I you can't prove God exists, and you can't prove God doesn't exist. You can't prove it. So neither of those things either. But anyways, right on.
Yeah, buddy. Unknown man. So let's see. So you don't believe in either, so that leaves you somewhere in the middle. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're here for you. to provide those bookends, so you can find that comfortable middle ground.
Yeah.
We're here for you, buddy. We are here for you. This is a public service announcement, really. Just opening our arms to the world. Yeah. Hail Satan.
I bought a whole bunch of AT&T stocks and Realty Income, pulling those dividends, playing it safe, kind of safe.
Hopefully you got it.
Right on, man. Right on. I hope it works out for you. I can't wait to invest in my first rental property in about a year or so.
Okay. I agree we can have fun with the whole puddles thing. How I got my nickname, because my last name is Waters. I did not piss in anything or on anything or in my pants, but let's all laugh it up anyway. I love you all.
Love you too, bro.
Mr. Water Puddles, we love you too. We do not discriminate, even against those who, may have a wetting problem. I used to wet myself. As a matter of fact, I still do. Oh, thought that was a fart. Oh, God.
Thank you for being here for me. As far as reading the Satanic book, I haven't. I'm sorry, but let me tell you my thoughts on religious books, and we include the Book of Satan. You can take the Book of Satan, the Torah, the Quran, the Bible, and you take all these scientific books too. Laws of physics, calculus, chemistry, all that stuff, and you take all the digital copies, and not just the hard and soft copies, but digital copies, and you destroy them all, burn them all. Somehow you manage just to get rid of them all. A century goes by. What will come back? Science, not all these mythical stories.
That is very true.
Unknown man. Unknown man. Breaking it down. Keeping it real. That's right.
Science is true sometimes.
Tank 2008. What's going on, Laffy Taffy? What's happening, people? We're chopping it up. Talking about, basically whatever. So if you got a question for either, Son of God, Son of Satan,
Yes, sir.
feel free. We're here for you. You wanna hit that
And
button?
another thing, man, I loved your awesome Cartman voice, but
It was almost like this, but I really don't like you, but you're my best friend. My name is Puddles, and I'm so cool. Oh, my God. You killed Kenny, you bastard.
Now that's good.
I like that. That was good. I was actually trying to do like Donald Trump, but I was lazy because I'm kind of tired. So I don't think it really hit. It kind of fell somewhere in the gray zone there.
But hey, you can't knock it out of the park every time.
Okay, I understand that now. Let's build
Takes a little more energy.
Takes a little energy to be that much of a pussy-grabbing machine. Tremendous amount of energy to grab that much pussy. Let me tell you.
No, I know that was Donald Trump's voice, and another thing. So it was definitely Donald Trump. You had spot on. I don't know if you heard me. You were asking what stocks I bought. I don't know if my recording went through. I didn't hear myself. But anyways, the stocks that I bought was Realty Income and AT&T. Getting those dividends.
AT&T's old school, can't go wrong there. Realty dividend. Now, what is that? So I imagine that is a publicly traded real estate investment company where you're getting dividends from that company. That's what it sounds like. Interesting. That sounds kind of scary though too, because it might be started by hedge fund managers and they might be buying up whole neighborhoods. That's kind of happening where I live, but what are you gonna do? No, there's no affordable housing going in, but there's a lot of housing going in, but it's all like full on market rate housing.
Yeah.
So Satan's got the market by the balls there. He does.
Giggity, giggity. All right.
It's gonna be all right. All right, all right, all right.
All right, girl.
Big Matthew McConaughey fan. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah. Realty Income. I think they like own Publix, the grocery chain, all that, and their dividends is per month, and I think AT&T's quarterly. I'm gonna see how it plays out. I didn't put a lot of money into it. I was going to, but I thought it would have been a stupid move on my part if I've never done it before.
Take a little bit of time, I'd say.
Right? Right? It's interesting. It's interesting. Round and round she goes.
Satanism
Where she
and
stops.
spirituality are both religions. They're just full of rules. I'm anti-religion. I follow more of a spirituality walk in life, but some people define spirituality a lot different. Some of them get into the astronomy and stuff like that. With me, I use a lot of the quantum theory and physics that ties into my spirituality. But a lot of religions do have good information that is usable within life.
It really depends on who about. Like some people say it's not a religion because some Satanists believe in magic and like when they die, nothing happens. They're just dying, like atheists, pretty much. They're atheists that believe in magic, but if you ask like a devil worshiper or whatever, then they would say it's a religion. So it's pretty much like biased.
Yeah, well, who's to know? Well, let's see. I think I'm going to change our title a little bit. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
I thought we'd get more hits.
Oh yeah,
than
if
that.
I do pretty well in the stocks, I think I might start believing in sweet baby Jesus. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shake and bake. What are you gonna change the title
That's right,
to?
baby. Shake and bake.
Bake.
Some
Changing it to
people
psychedelics.
who say that they're into spirituality, they use like meditation. It's like a form of enlightenment or euphoria and all that stuff levitating in the air. But as a scientific point of view, and there are studies, those that are religious and spiritual are actually more happy. And now there could be like a false hope, pretenses in religion that there's light in the end of the tunnel. When you die, you go to heaven, and all that stuff. But the bottom line is, meditating and praying actually does something in the brain where it increases the dopamine. So and they're happier than non-believers, atheists.
Yeah. I mean, some atheists meditate. Like, what's that guy's name? Penn from that magic show. I don't know what the magic show is called, but it's called like Penn and Teller. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah Penn is, and he meditates. I think he's pretty happy. I'm not sure.
I'm a big fan of meditation.
Yeah, same here.
Like, people are like, "What's God's will?" And I think that's just meditating. That's closing your mind, closing your eyes, clearing your mind, and allowing your inner self to guide you. We all have that. We all have that intuition. But some people want to put a name on it and say that that's God's will. No, it's you, man. That came from inside you. And it happens when you can quiet your mind,
Yeah. When you keep on meditating, like that like your mind starts to like you find out a way to shut it off. Is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. And there's no such thing as, well, there is becoming better and better at meditation, but even the gurus say, that they constantly are, their minds trying to get them to think, and they're like, oh, nope, that's right, go back to the blank mind, that's right, you got to keep bringing yourself back.
Yeah, there was this Buddhist. He lit himself on fire while he was meditating. Like, damn, that guy had balls of steel, and he died right there.
Intense. That's not the guy from the Rage Against the Machine album cover, is it?
No.
No, that guy was doing a protest, I think, but he lit himself on fire. Whew.
Damn.
Emolification. So what do people think about psychedelics and spirituality? Yeah. That should be a good talk, right? Come on. Where is everybody? Come on, people. Where's everybody at?
From the party.
That's right. You got the devil and the devil and a fake angelic person ready to talk psychedelics with you. Come on down. Maybe I should change the tag. Spirituality. Maybe people are doing spirituality earlier in the day. I'll try a different hashtag.
I mean, sooner or later we'll get some really mad Christians in here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll come like real quick, like, oh yeah, the Bible says this in this verse, and then this is when I say, okay, how do we know that's true?
Exactly. There is no way to know that's true.
Welcome everyone. Welcome. Welcome Instinct. Welcome. It's 144.
Welcome to the Psychedelics and Spirituality Show. What do you guys think? What do you guys got to say about psychedelics and spirituality? I want to hear people's experiences. I want to hear, yeah.
All right. Sounds about right.
Journey to Heaven. All right, Journey to Heaven. That didn't sound like psychedelics. That sounded more like a beer, but whatever. Stereo, what are you going to do? Who we got in the house? Got a few people in. Journey to Heaven, Instinct is 144, Red Sun, Tom Ford. You folks have any experience with psychedelics?
Well,
are you spiritual? Do you see a merger between spirituality and psychedelics?
Whoops, sent that by mistake. But my question is, have you guys ever tried DMT, or would you ever try DMT? Or have you heard any stories about DMT?
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I have heard stories about DMT. I have never tried it. I would try it, but like,
what's that? You broke up a little at the end.
Oh, so I was done. DMT, and he was like that he's seen all these type of beings, and you can go to the types of planets, realms, whatever. And I was like, that's that really to try. So yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of coming in and out a little bit. Yeah, there's a great documentary about DMT that anybody that's interested should check out. It's called DMT, the Spirit Molecule. And I think it's available on YouTube, Netflix. I don't personally have any experience with DMT, but I have watched a lot, read a lot, watched a lot of, YouTube
I'll be right
things
back.
on it. I have had an experience with salvia, though, and that is also pretty powerful, psychedelic and disassociative. And that was pretty mind-blowing, but have not personally experienced DMT at this point, at this juncture. Any other questions for either of us? I am going to change my emoji here a little, make myself look a little more hippie-ish, a little less angelic.
Okay, I'm back. I got my earbuds.
All right.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yep, yeah, that sounds great.
All right, awesome. So will you ever try DMT?
I would like to try it, yeah.
Same.
I just haven't yet.
Yeah, just make sure you do it with people you trust.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Same with shrooms. I want to try shrooms as well.
What's that?
So I want to try shrooms as well.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope. I tried weed, but weed doesn't take that much. You won't see like spirits and shit.
Shrooms are the place to start for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's a good introduction. You're not going to lose your mind. Start with a little bit,
Yeah. I heard like this one guy on YouTube. He was talking about how he could see like spirits and shit when he took like 20 aspirin or whatever it was, like for like headache medicine or whatever. Yeah.
Aspirin could be a poison. That's pretty, yeah. Oof, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. And he said he went to his dad and he tried telling him like, hey, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. And his dad was like, no, you don't. Just go to bed. Because I guess he was an asshole back then or whatever. His dad didn't take him seriously.
Damn, that ain't cool.
Yeah. But he was very versed into like the occult, so he ripped up all his satanic Bibles and all that stuff. And then, of course, he jumped back into it.
Cray.
Yeah. Where's all these people at?
I don't know. Slow night, huh?
Yeah, very slow night.
Most bizarre. Most bizarre.
Do we have any
I'll
Christians
be rolling in here in a minute.
that would like to roast me?
Maybe we gotta change it. I'll change it to comedy instead of spirituality. Maybe people are like, spirituality, that's too heavy for Friday night, man.
Yeah, probably.
There we go. Psychedelics and spirituality, comedy, open talk, and funny. And then I'll make
Awesome.
myself look ridiculous so people don't take it serious.
So do you believe in like healings and all this shit?
And what?
Do you believe in like healings, like an angel come up to you and heal you or whatever? Do you believe in that?
No, no.
Same.
I don't believe in angels at all. I think there's a great quote in what was it? It was some fucking what was that? Was it The Network? Fuck, it's this great show. But what was it? The guy Robert Dreyfuss is like, America. Why is everybody always saying America's number one? That we're the best. We're not the best at anything. We're like number one in people that believe in angels.
Wow.
Yeah, well, like the worst infant mortality rate, and we're number one of people that believe in angels.
It's true.
I forgot what the fuck that was from, but it was hilarious. There's a couple people in the house. What's going on, people? So, have you ever tried salvia?
What is that?
Salvia divinorum?
Never heard of it.
It's it's still legal in a lot of places, actually. You can get it in head shops.
Oh.
But it's a super potent psychedelic.
Damn.
Crazy
It'd probably kill you, right? First try doing it.
No, it's awesome.
Oh, okay. Then I'll try it.
But you gotta be careful with it. Like, you gotta be with people you trust. Don't want to be alone. It's crazy experience.
What if you do it alone? Bad things happen or something?
You could like swallow your tongue or something because you pass out.
Mm. Damn.
Yeah, like I forgot to breathe, so my friend had to shake me and remind me to breathe.
Wow. That could be the same thing for alcohol too, right? If you drink enough and then you try to go in bed and probably choke on your tongue.
Oh yeah, alcohol. That happens all the time with alcohol. Every year. Every year at colleges all over the place.
Wow. I think alcohol is probably the most dangerous drug out of all of them. Pretty sure. I don't know. No, meth. I would say meth is first.
Sorry, I'm just confirming a show with somebody here.
Oh, it's all good. I'll send a few invites out.
Yeah, I just shared it. Hopefully some people come cruising through. We'll see.
I'm going to invite this Christian. Invite live.
Figure we could mix it up and play some music and shit too, since it's fucking
Hell yeah, I'm down. It's kind of quiet
since
in here
it's
anyways.
Friday. What's that?
Said it's pretty quiet in here anyways.
I know, right? Maybe I'll
Jams.
change it to keep changing the hashtags, thinking they'll work. Yeah. Weird. Maybe people are eating dinner. That's too late for dinner. What's up?
Oh, man, baby doesn't want to go on the show. What the hell?
There we go. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, this Christian named Man Baby. He doesn't want to join in.
Man, baby, that's his name.
Yeah.
That is a hilarious name.
What?
That is a hilarious name, Man Baby.
Welcome back,
So,
Unknown Man.
Play some music here. Set a little chill background vibe for
Was
us.
Jesus gay? I mean, I'm not like anti-gay or anything. It seems like people who are religious, not all of them, like when you see what's going on with the Catholic Church and this and that, sometimes they hide behind religion to suppress their, their homosexuality, and you have these closet homosexuals and so forth. And then you think about Jesus, and then somebody says something outrageous, and that person's going to hell. I'm not going to say that person was me, but that Jesus was a flaming, dress-wearing homosexual, and his apostles was his boyfriend because he was never married or had kids. Thoughts?
I really think that may be true. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but, Jesus was an open-minded dude. I call him the OH, right? The original hippie. Because, I look at him like he was just kind of like a Martin Luther King or whatever, ahead of his time, accepted people, was speaking truth ahead of his time, and people couldn't really handle it, so they killed him. And, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure he hung out with and accepted gay people because, it's written that he hung out with and accepted prostitutes. So
yeah.
I think he accepted everybody. But I don't, but I'm not a religious person. So I think Jesus was just a forward thinking hippie, and people put all that shit on him and then killed him.
Yeah, possibly. Like he probably was gay, and then he was probably caught kissing on some other dude, maybe, and probably was crucified. And then now people say, "Oh yeah, he's God, and he just died for your sins."
Entirely possible. Entirely possible.
Just never know.
Right? You never know. How do you know? How do we know these things? We don't know.
Exactly.
There's more questions than answers. More mystery than anything else.
Oh, here's
and
Andy.
I think that's where psychedelics come in. Is I think they help people become comfortable with the fact that we don't know. There's so much that we don't know, but the human brain is always trying to figure out and to make explanations. So to me, that explains the gods. And then, it was originally the gods. Then now it's God. But to me, it's all just people trying to explain with our little brain shit that we can't even comprehend. So they call them gods. But in reality, I think they were referring to extraterrestrials who came down and visited us.
Yeah, definitely. We got a voice recorder.
Hey, Lou's Man Baby, man. I'll give you that scripture, man. It's John chapter 7, verse 24.
Man Baby, what do you think about the book of Enoch? Are you familiar with the book of Enoch?
Thanks, man.
Lucifer's son?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the book of Enoch, no.
Yeah, so check it out on YouTube. You can watch documentaries. There'll be a short little shit that'll explain it. But basically, it was a book that was left out of the Bible.
Damn.
And it's one of the oldest biblical texts. And it talks about the gods coming from the heavens above, taking earth maidens as their brides, giving birth to a half-breed race, which was called the Nephilim.
and these were a race of giants. And there have been skeletal remains of these giants found all throughout the earth.
Okay, so with Mary being pregnant by God, the Immaculate Conception, and so, but Jesus, right? If we're thinking about the Trinity, was it the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, God, whatever, three wrapped into one? So if Jesus is God, according to the Trinity, and God impregnated Mary again through Immaculate Conception, wouldn't that make Jesus a mofo? Wouldn't that be kind of incest and going against the Bible?
I'll let you take this one. Go ahead.
I don't know how it would be incested, but how could Jesus fuck his mom to give birth to himself, right? So the way I understand it, the way I was taught and fucking growing up with a father who was a minister, is that Jesus was God's son, and that he was sent here to, the whole thing is that God sent his son to the earth to, I don't know, whatever, to
bring out the message, I guess. I don't know.
To try to bring the message, and then somehow that it got twisted into this thing that he paid for our sins. Like, what? Wait a minute, huh? What? No.
Yeah.
So that's where the whole thing gets kind of twisted there by, by the church. But, and once again, I think they were talking about extraterrestrials, but they just didn't know what they were talking about. So they used this language that stuck. And to this day, people use this language. So yeah, is there some intelligent force, or is there some, universal energy out there? Sure. That's what that's what my spirituality is about. Not some white dude sitting up behind a cloud, like, keeping score of what everybody's done good and bad.
YOLO.
Right.
Next question.
Like he's got this really big Excel sheet.
The King James Version. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And that just means judge by the Spirit, as God does. So you know the Spirit by his fruits, according to the Bible. That's how you know the Spirit, by his fruits. And that way you'll be able to make a judgment. So, yeah, you could judge in that sense, not just by how a person looks, but how they live their life and the fruits of the Spirit.
But if God was so loving, why would he judge you? And if you don't follow him, why would he send you to the abyss or the pits of hell?
Yeah, I think the Bible's full of parables, and like what he just busted out, that's just an awesome truth. That's just like guides on how society should live, right? Doesn't even have to really be religious. Just trust people on their merits, not on their words, right? Because people will say one thing and do another. So judge by their actions, not by their words. That's real talk. Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. That's real talk. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It doesn't have to be a religious thing. It's a moral thing. And I don't believe that we can't have morals and structure without religion. I don't think we need religion to provide that, because we're thinking people, and nobody, unless you got a mental health issue, nobody wants to hurt another person, But anyway, here, I'll pop another bubble.
And when you're talking about aliens, it makes me think about what NASA said. They said they found a planet, in other words, a galaxy or universe, I can't recall. And that planet has the same attributes as Earth. So that planet could have its own beings, and those beings could have their own religion. So what makes our religion better than theirs, and vice versa? Like people fighting amongst each other, the Jews, the Muslims, and so forth. Religion, to me, is kind of like racism. It really divides people.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to bring forth to the man guy.
Yeah, agreed. Unknown human, that's a great point. There was Kepler, I think it was Kepler 86 or Kepler 286, something like that. But they've discovered, I think it's up to like 40 Earth-like planets now that might contain water and that might be suitable for life, like for our type of life, let alone other life forms. So yeah, it's mind-boggling. And anybody who hasn't seen the new finding, by new I mean within the last 10 years, they found our place in the universe, and it's in a super cluster called Laniakea, and it's shaped like a big palm tree. And far from being the center of this multi-universal cluster, multi-galactical cluster, we're like an afterthought. We're like on the far tip of one of the little palm fronds.
Yeah.
And then there's all these there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of galaxies in there. It's unbelievable. It's mind-blowing. So, we're still all just starting to get a grip on some of this stuff.
Yeah, because if you go outside like tonight, if you see like stars and shit, you got to know there's something else out there.
How could there not be?
Yeah.
How could there not be? Something doesn't come from nothing, right? So
I don't think we're anything special.
I don't think we are either. But here we are thinking we're all that as we kill each other on this little rock flying through space. As far as we know, this is all there is. But we think, and we think we're all that, to the point where we're killing each other. We're polluting our water. We're polluting our air. If we would just kill the rich people, this place would be perfect and support life for forever. But we got these people with factories and doing this fucking craziness and hoarding all this money and hoarding food. Yeah, if an extraterrestrial race was looking down on us, I think we're like a test tube experiment of an extraterrestrial race. And I think to them, we're like children. We're still fighting amongst ourselves in our little crib, and we can't be trusted out in the galaxy. Like, oh, hell no.
Wow,
we'll just commit atrocities.
Wow. Never thought of it like that. All right, I'm going to pop this bubble.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nephilim, the Book of Enoch. That's in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha are the lost books of the Bible. Yeah. All that's included in the scriptures, Lou. That's what I was telling you. When you said I believe in other gods, so yeah, there are other gods. Sure they are. So that's it. I'm getting ready to watch a movie though. But more power to you, man. Let's see what's going on with you, man.
As well.
Hey, thanks for chiming in, man. Boy, throw a follow on both of us if you're not already.
He's already followed.
Yeah. Everybody listening, if you're digging what we're talking about, if you like digging into shit like this, throw a follow. Yeah, I thought, my personal theory is that, that we're this interbred species, and that possibly we or our forefathers lived on Mars before we came here. Because there's some evidence of there's a lot of evidence of former water on Mars and things of that nature.
Yeah. Do you believe in like the Big Bang Theory? Do you know if that's true or not?
I believe in it, but I believe the Big Bang was one of many Big Bangs. I don't believe it was the Big Bang. I think it was our Big Bang, but I think they're happening all the time, all over the place.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't think we're anything special.
Yep. Same. All right, I'm gonna pop this bubble.
Jesus is not the God. He is a God. He's not the God. So it's God the Son, God the Father. He's not the God. So he's just in complete agreement with God, as if somebody was in complete agreement with you, and they'd be like, "Are you just like your father?" Like that. Because y'all act in a certain way the same. They just happen to act and agree 100% because he did the will of the Father. So that's it. He's a God, not the God.
Like father, like son. I get you. I follow you.
Yep.
That makes sense the way he said it now. He
I like how he's
pretty
putting
open.
it down now. That's good.
Yeah, and he seems to be a pretty super open-minded guy and educated about this shit too, which
Yeah.
I like. I like that.
All right.
I hit another bubble.
So whenever you guys in your title talk about or say psychedelics and spirituality, do you also mean like kind of under the umbrella of more occult thoughts?
I mean, we're open to everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, spirituality is, you know, I think it's hard to define. Whatever, you know, whatever floats your
Yeah.
boat. Not a fan of organized religion.
Same.
But even that, but if you're, you know, if you're one of the good people and you're not a hypocrite about it, where you're racist but call yourself a Christian, or you hate immigrants but you call yourself a Christian, if you're not one of those hypocritical religious people, then you know, then you're just doing the same thing that any spiritual person is, you know.
Yep. All right, next bubble.
So religion does divide people, but I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a way of life that God chose for the people who want to be with Him. And there's a lot of books that come after that, after the beginning. A lot of books come after that, and they are derivatives of what the original is. And so they have variations and changes in names and stuff like that. But the first and original is God's way. The Bible might have been written down later than some other books, but the verbalization of it, because Adam and Eve were the first. So the understanding of God was the original way of living. Understanding of God was the original way. And it just got, you know, deviated, you know. That's all.
Yeah, like the telephone game, right? You talk, you say a word into somebody's ear, then it goes around a circle of 10 people. By the time it gets back to you, it's different. So imagine that being religion over thousands of years with thousands of people.
Yeah,
right?
and translated.
And translated, right. And retranslated, yeah.
By millions and millions of people, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's totally the telephone game. And then I've also heard other things like that it's kind of written in code, that they didn't want the common man to be able to understand the deep messages within. Right? So only the scholars knew how to read the Bible and where to read between the lines, that kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pretty interesting.
Next bubble.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems to me that you guys are leveling with the existential on a material plane, as in, like, from what I hear, your interface with spirituality is through awe of looking at the universe and how maybe there's aliens, rather than maybe a spiritual reality that exists here and now. I'm just wondering if you guys do have any views on spirituality, and if so, what are they?
Beiser. Oh, Bézère, I think. He's like French Canadian, I think. Or from France. I forgot. I was saying his name so bad the other day. Bézère or something, like, with my horrible California accent. Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about that, about, you know, how spirituality takes many forms. And ultimately, I think, you know, when you can quiet your mind and make the outside world go away, that, you know, answers are revealed to you, that our deeper level of intuition and understanding comes to the forefront. But that's hard to do. And I've only had fleeting glimpses of it without psychedelics. Not that psychedelics are the only way to get there. Meditation gurus say they get there no problem through meditation, like on the regular, but
I wish I could get there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can. It's just practice makes perfect. But so a combination of the two, meditation and, you know, and some careful psychedelic journeys.
So
that's what That's what's worked for me anyway.
Yeah, you just gotta not have fear on like look back into the past. Like if, for example, I was Christian in the past, and yeah, when I first started meditating and getting out of my box, I started to
Mhm.
have doubt, fear, of course, not going deeper
Yeah.
in my meditation. But now I'm like, gotta do it. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So good. Have you ever done group meditation?
Mm-hmm.
Really
Just the
powerful.
bomb.
Yeah. It's really bomb. Yeah, I used to do a weekly 1 hour with this group up
Man.
in up in Lake Tahoe. It was awesome. So good. Here, you want to hit one of those bubbles?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it doesn't even really matter anymore. I still have to take performance enhancement drugs just to lift up my 300-pound girlfriend because she can't get up on her own.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do, my man. Damn. I couldn't tell if he was serious or if
I have no clue. I'm just gonna take it
I have no
as
clue.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna be supportive either way.
bro.
But yeah, drop a follow, brother. Drop a follow.
I am you, and you are me. We were one before the apple tree.
That's it. I love it. Omni. We are. That's it. We are stardust. Right. We are all one. We are stardust.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish
Drop
everybody
a
would do
follow,
that.
my spiritual sister.
I wish everybody
What's
would
that?
do that. That we're all one. Like seriously, I think the world would be a better
I know.
place if everybody knew that. If we're all one,
Right?
there would not be no racism. I don't think if everybody knew that they're all one.
Yeah. Well, I think racism is partially. Well, I think racism exists, but
Yeah,
for it to be a negative, violent thing, I think it's the 1% throwing gas on it and making it more than it is and using it to divide the working class so that they could stay in power. Because otherwise, if the working class of the world gets together against the 1%, it's over. It's over.
Next
You want to hit that next bubble?
I mean, I understand that, but there were derivatives before the Bible. They say that the Bible was borrowed stories from other books, other stories. It was combined into the Bible, and on top of that, they said Jesus wasn't the only Jew that was crucified. There were other Jews like him that thought they were the Messiah.
Interesting. I haven't heard that angle, but I don't doubt it.
I was actually talking to someone at one point, and they were we got into the topic of how in the Bible they say it's written that God loves us, his children, more than we could love our own, but I don't believe that myself as maybe if I were to be a father, I could set my child up for failure, my children up for failure, like it seems God did with Adam and Eve. I mean, he knew if he's an all-knowing being, then he would have known really that the events would have occurred in the garden, leading to sin and destruction amongst humans. And to me, that's just crazy. I don't follow any religion. I'm more agnostic than anything, but pretty open-minded, I'd say.
Yeah, Carson. I would urge you to check out this documentary, Zeitgeist. What is it called? The Zeitgeist, the greatest story ever told, and it's a documentary on religion and the history of religion, and it's fascinating, and it breaks down. Goes way back, does a deep dig on the historical myths and everything, and so from what I understand, it's all like relates to myths, not real person, not a real person, but or a real person, but not being a god, just being a forward thinking person. But anyway, that's what I understood from it. Want to hit the next one?
I decided to convert to Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
I mean, shit, do whatever that makes you happy. If you believe in what you believe, then you do that. If you're being a good person, and
all religions of the world preach essentially the same thing, whether it's Judaism, Islam, Christianity, or Satanism. Do unto others, basically. All of them. Satanism kind of quits there, and then they go into like just selfishness, just like fuck it, make yourself happy. But they don't talk about hurting other people like people preach about Satanism. And all other religions, people talk shit about Islam, saying that it's not okay to hurt or kill somebody in Islam, only in self-defense. So those are radical people interpreting the Quran, just like we have radical Christians here interpreting the Bible, and then they go up and blow up a fucking Planned Parenthood abortion clinic or something, right?
Oh yeah,
it's the same thing. An extremist is an extremist. Doesn't matter what the religion is. But there is nothing in the Quran that says, go forth and kill Christians, go kill infidels. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that. Right after the... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right. So, like in the Quran or whatever, like, it doesn't matter what you read. There's always like peace and love in it. Like, it might be hard love or, like tough love or like soft love,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like right after 9/11, my girlfriend at the time was a teacher, and she had a student that was from Iraq. His parents were like Iraqi ambassadors, and he had us over for lunch to explain, he wanted to talk with us and explain, that it was all just propaganda and bullshit, and that nowhere in the Quran does it say all this shit, and that there's no difference between Christianity and Islam or any other religion, and that you're supposed to be peaceful and you're supposed to be kind to your neighbor, and before Israel was established where it is in Palestine, there were many religions coexisting peacefully right there. Christians, Muslims, Jews, peacefully coexisting before it was Israel, when it was Palestine. Now it's a freaking apartheid state.
The blueprint of humanity is a fractal of God.
OmniPage, have you ever read or heard any interviews with Graham Hancock? He's fascinating, super brilliant guy, and he wrote a book called The Fingerprint of the Gods.
Oh yeah.
And it's fascinating. And his thing is that our society has probably been way more advanced than it is now, and that we've been wiped out time and time and time again. The last time probably between 10 and 12,000 years ago. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, what I think, like, ever since we were born, maybe we had like a different life. I don't know, but we maybe forgot everything. Like, ever since we were born, we forgot everything. Everything got thrown away, and we started out fresh. I don't know.
I think we've done that with society. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next bubble.
1, then 2, then 4, then more.
I like it.
The serpent walked him through the door.
Like it.
Oh, I know what I was going to mention is that the whole Adam and Eve thing and the apple. So the documentaries that I've seen, the apple is just representative of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And once you choose to be knowledgeable, there's no going back. You've opened Pandora's box. It's like the red pill and the blue pill in the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Once you choose to know, you can't unknow, right? It's just like some hideous pictures you see on the internet, right? Once you saw that shit, you can't unsee it.
Yeah. I already opened up that door. No.
Another thing, have you ever heard of breathing exercises or breath work
Oh yeah.
I haven't really done too much of it myself, but I hear it can get you there too.
Yeah, I have, dude. Yeah. Are you into meditation and shit, Bezer? Yeah, I've done a lot of I've done a lot of meditation, but then I did this workshop, and we did a breath work exercise in the workshop where we did this hyperventilating, you know, just like that for 45 minutes straight. And you frickin' go places, man. Like, people had meltdowns and started screaming and crying, and myself, like, all my muscles in my body started convulsing and going into cramping up and stuff. And then you break through that and you just launch into like outer space. It is
Meditation is
intense.
powerful.
This wasn't even meditation. This is just breath, that crazy breath work.
Oh damn. You know what I do for like deep meditation though is I breathe all the way in, then let it out like about 60 times, and then on the 7th one I hold my breath, and then you just keep going and going and going until you feel like you're in a very good state.
Nice.
All right, next bubble.
Okay, I'm on this app called Nextdoor, and I like to do nice things to help mankind, humanitarian, help at soup kitchens. Used to do Meals on Wheels during my lunch hours at work. So this person on Nextdoor, it's like a neighborhood app, people around you. She says she needed food, but she wanted meat, like she needed meat. I didn't really have much meat, but I said, hey, I have pasta, like these dried noodles from pasta from Costco. I have a whole bunch of them. So I was willing to give that to her. I was like, when I'm going out that way, I can just put them on your front porch or whatever. She gave me her address. So I looked up her address. And, I was figuring this person's in need, because she says she's in need for food. But this is a big-ass house, How could she be without food?
Well, let's not judge a book by its cover completely. You never know what the story is really, right? They might be unemployed, on disability, having a hard time paying their mortgage. You never know. But there also are shifty ass people out there who would do something like that and ask for something like that. What was a red flag to me is that they're asking for meat. Anybody that's just hungry, they're not going to ask you for meat, man. They're just going to ask you for food, right?
Ramen noodles or
something beans, something that keeps beans and rice, right? And you can get way more beans and rice than you can for $10 than you can meat. So that was a red flag to me right away, that somebody's asking for meat. Like, what? That's like getting pretty picky for being somebody who's claiming to be hungry. But you never know. But there's so many freaking scam artists out there, dude. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe just donate it to the soup kitchen, because then it's going to really hungry people. And if she's that hungry, she can go there.
Yeah, but one thing I like about these religions is sometimes they give out food to like the people, the poor and shit. And that's one good thing about religions, I guess.
Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. I'm going to be releasing a new episode each and every week on Friday, so please do tune in, subscribe, follow, and tell a friend.